Hi, this is William from Body and Soul Mentor. And I talked to a patient yesterday, and he asked me, what is it that you do when you have time off? So that was a generic question for him. It wasn't just about what literally I do. And this is a good friend of mine. I've known him for years. And so I know him to be a workaholic. He really doesn't know how to shut off sometimes. So the question is a good question, and it may be applicable to you. And I just got back from 2 weeks in the deserts of the southwest of the United States, and so this is all fresh in my mind. The generic answer for me often is I have to travel on my time off. Because I am self-employed and have a web business that I could be doing stuff for every single day, all day long, it's important for me to get away from my computer, for one, and get away from the mail, get away from all those things. So I do much better when I get away. I've also hired my wife when I'm home just to filter my mail so that I don't have to look at stuff that just distracts me. So for me, getting away from distractions is a good thing, and all of the stuff that I do on my trips is all about getting into flow. Most of that means being outdoors and looking at nature, bird watching, tracking, drawing, those kinds of things. So flow is an activity that gets you into present time. As members, you get to look at the magic formula, and in the magic formula I've got the delightful magic of flow with a section in there. So take a look at that and it'll remind you what flow is. So for me, it's got to do with things like drawing, it's got to do with things like walking quietly, sitting quietly. And this trip down to the southwest, I found I spent an awful lot of time doing what the Aborigines call dream time, where I was just standing and leaning on my walking staff. So I would put an arm up on the walking staff and then rest my hand there and then rest my head. And basically it looks like I'm zoning out, but what is happening is I'm dropping into a level of very deep stillness, very quiet. And Arches National Park, Canyonlands National Park, and the Grand Canyon all lend themselves to deep stillness. So that's what I do with my time off, and that's what I recommend to clients, is do whatever it is that puts you in flow. Period, paragraph, that's it. So, happy trails.